Shalom Yasharallah, this is Yeshaya with a Car Chronicle. On this one, I wanted to talk about Salak. I wanted to talk about scripture, Ecclesiasticus 11:8. Judge not before thou hast heard the cause. I paraphrased it. Basically, don't talk about something until you know it, until you know the ins and outs of it. A lot of times, we get caught up in being the fucking media, right? We're not here to be the media, Israel. We're not here to because the scriptures talk about not being a fucking talebearer and not gossiping, right? And part of talebearing and gossiping is going out there and saying things that are not true, or you don't know whether they're true or not. I keep watching. I watch a lot of podcasts and things like that. And I was watching a podcast yesterday. I was watching a totally different one today, and both of them dealt with somebody that's being accused of something, and the people that are on the podcast keep saying, if this is true, allegedly, accused. I'm not hearing any definitive, yes, he did it. Here's the proof that he did it. No, I see people saying, already making a judgment, saying, oh, well, perfect. One example, I didn't want to get into specifics, but Zach Wilson saying that he doesn't want to play anymore, or something to that effect. I saw a show where 4 grown-ass men were on the show saying, if this is true, he needs to be benched. He needs to never play another down in football, blah, blah, blah. You're already judging what should happen to him without knowing whether or not it's true. And I see this in the truth all the time. I see brothers say, oh, well, if the brother did that. So I'm clearing my throat. But, if he really did do that, he's off. Oh, he needs to be checked. Motherfucker, do you know if he did it? So don't say what could or should happen until you know if he did it or not. Oh, that man flirted with that man's wife? How do you know that to be true? Because the first response would usually be, well, the man flirted with that man's wife. He needs to be checked. Do you know if that's the case? How do you know? Like we like to talk a lot of shit, and I'm sorry, this is mostly Hebrew Israelite behavior, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been guilty of that too. I'm always gonna tell y'all, man, these things are wrong, and a lot of times when I tell y'all I did it too, that's to show y'all that we need to grow up. I grew up from doing certain things, right? This is not to tell you you're a piece of shit, you're never gonna be anything. No, this is to tell you you need to do better in the future, right? So we need to look out for certain behaviors among ourselves, such as brothers that go around saying things like, oh, if this is true, then he needs to be put out the congregation. You need to find out whether it's true or not before you even offer that as an opinion. That's my suggestion to you, brothers who do that shit. You're already judging the matter before you know whether it's true or not. That's crazy. I've seen it my whole life in Israel. Where brothers will really be like, yo, they'll take he say, she say, and turn it into a hypothetical judgment. No, you can't be hypothetical about it. If you're talking about a real life person, you have to know, yeah, no, they got to be checked. No, they got to be suspended. They got to be kicked out, whatever. You got to speak from knowing, not assuming. But that was really it, man. It's really a simple matter. It's a damn shame that I have to fucking do a video about it, because it actually happens among grown men in the truth. Men really be like, oh, if that's true, don't even know whether, like, you got to know before you even say that. You got to know whether you before you offer. You cannot offer a hypothetical judgment without knowing something is true or not. You have to do the diligence. before talking about shit. Because that's the problem in Israel. We don't do the diligence, but we want to talk all fucking day about shit. You know, I can't tell you how many brothers make stupid mistakes at camp that could be avoided. Like the whole thing about Michael Jordan owning prisons, right? It's true. Michael Jordan has stake in prisons. But it's not the basketball player that we know that we buy the sneakers from. It's a fucking white man named Michael Jordan. But you would be surprised how many times I've heard brothers really go to camp. And I'm not saying Michael Jordan's a good brother. I'm just saying don't say he did something that it's not him. You need to learn, you need to know, you need to do the diligence before you judge. Because I can see brothers reading an article saying something about Michael Jordan with prisons, saying, oh, see, if this is true, or in that case, they'll probably think it's true and think the black man Michael Jordan that played basketball. No, it's a fucking white man named Michael Jordan, same fucking name. You know, I don't know, man. I grew up reading a lot of stories that were weird but true, and a lot of shit that I saw that you would never expect that really happened. So I guess that I have a more open mind for things like this. So I'm not as judgmental. I'm not as quick to throw out a judgment because I don't know this shit. I don't know, for all you know, you know? You don't want somebody to hit you with a for all you know, this, that, and the third. Think about it. You know, because we judge so fast. A story had just come up in the news. No facts are out about it, and we already have we're already the judge, jury, and executioner. We already have decided the guilt of the person that's being accused. It sounds like 9/11 when we was going after bin Laden. Everybody was talking shit about bin Laden. And then when we really did the diligence, oh shit, it was the American government. Oh, oops. You know, so you don't want that oops moment. You want to know. You want to judge on facts. You know, people have been put to death and killed over false information. But anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.